Good morning. This is not just another news story. This is the story of a single day that forced an entire city to stop, look, and ask itself a difficult question. How much is a human life really worth? It all began on an ordinary morning. The sun rose as it always did. Buses were crowded. Shops opened their shutters. People rushed to work, unaware that within hours, their city would be at the center of national attention. At 7:42 a.m., a video appeared online. It was only 4 to 7 seconds long. But those 4 to 7 seconds were enough to shake millions. In the video, a government officer is seen standing behind his desk. In front of him is a thin, exhausted laborer. The laborer speaks quietly, almost begging. "Sir, my children haven't eaten for 2 days." The officer doesn't look up. His reply is cold. "That's not my problem. Leave." The video ends there. No context. No explanation. But the damage was done. Within hours, the video spread across social media platforms. People shared it with anger, disbelief, and heartbreak. Hashtags began trending. Where is justice? Voice of the poor. By midnight, the city was no longer calm. University students were organizing protests. Labor unions announced demonstrations. Human rights groups demanded answers. And by morning, everyone was watching. At 9 a.m., people began gathering at the city's central square. At first, there were only a few dozen, then hundreds, then thousands. They came with placards. They came with banners. They came with questions. One sign read, "Power does not stand above humanity." Another simply said, "If this is justice, we are all guilty." The protest was peaceful, but emotions were intense. People chanted slogans, not in anger alone, but in pain. Pain that had been ignored for too long. At noon, police vehicles surrounded the square. Officers formed lines. An announcement was made over loudspeakers. "Please disperse. Your concerns have been noted." But the crowd did not move. Instead, something unexpected happened. An elderly woman stepped forward. Her hands were shaking as she held a printed screenshot of the viral video. She raised her voice and said, "If asking for food is a crime, then arrest us all." That single sentence went viral within minutes. Television channels switched to live coverage. Breaking news banners appeared. Anchors asked difficult questions. Who was the officer? Where was the laborer now? Why had no action been taken? Social media pressure intensified. By late afternoon, the government could no longer remain silent. At 4:15 p.m., an official statement was released. The officer involved has been suspended. A formal investigation has been ordered. For some, it was a victory. For many others, it was not enough. Suspension, they argued, is not justice. It is delay. Later that evening, our team managed to locate the laborer seen in the video. His name is Salim. Salim is a daily wage worker. He lives in a small rented room with his wife and 3 children. Speaking to us, his voice trembled. "I didn't want anyone to record the video," he said. "But they pushed me. I was desperate." He paused. "My children were hungry. I had no choice." Salim did not ask for revenge. He did not ask for punishment. He asked for dignity. The next day, the story continued. New videos emerged. Former employees spoke out. Similar complaints surfaced. What many thought was a single incident now appeared to be part of a much larger problem. Experts weighed in. "This is not about one officer," said a social analyst. "This is about a system that forgets the people it exists to serve." The city changed after that day. Not overnight. Not completely. But something shifted. People began speaking up more. They began recording, questioning, demanding. The silence was broken. This story does not end with a suspension letter. It does not end with a protest. It continues in courtrooms, offices, and homes. It continues every time someone chooses compassion over power. Because real change does not come from authority alone. It comes when ordinary people refuse to look away. This was not just a news story. It was a reminder. A reminder that dignity is not a privilege. It is a right. And sometimes, all it takes to change a city